in our lives, or we don't just hear this word and say it's a good word, but God expects when we receive a word from Him, we let that word get into us and it goes into our hearts. David said, "Thy word have I hidden in my heart, that I may not sin against you." Why was it important for David to hide the word of God in his heart? Because as you take the word and you put it within you, you will come across situations and circumstances in life that will challenge your life. And out of the deposit of the word of God that you put inside you, you can pull a word that is going to help you in that very moment. Praise the Lord. Amen. So it was very, very important for the Lord to make the children of Israel to understand that the commands I give you today, put them in your hearts. Praise the Lord. Amen. Because it is out of your heart that all issues of life come from. So it is important to guard that word which He is giving. And then He says, "And thou shalt teach them diligently unto your children." Praise the Lord. Amen. Fathers, the word of God is saying that that word which you receive from the Lord, you shall teach it diligently. When we talk about diligence, we are talking about carefree. What does that mean? It means that you need to understand that word. Hello? You need to understand it, because you cannot go teaching a topic that you do not understand. So first of all, as a father, you need to receive the word from the Lord. And this is for all of us. You receive the word of the Lord, understand it, chew it, hide it in your heart. And when you have hidden it in your heart, then you can go to your children and teach them the word that you have heard from the Lord. And as you teach them, you are not just teaching them all over the place. You have studied it. And you carefully, with so much diligence, teach your children the word of God. Praise the Lord. Teach them diligently. You shall talk of them when thou sittest in thine house. Praise the Lord. You know, when the Lord gave me this word, I must say that it was a challenge to me as well, because I went through the instructions and I found myself having fallen short in this. And I want us to be very, very truthful this morning, even as we sit here on this Father's Day. I want us to be honest with ourselves as we take stock of what the instruction of the Word of God are to us this morning. The Lord is saying, first of all, you have put that word in your heart. And now you are teaching it diligently. And the word continues to say that you shall talk about this word of God. You shall talk about the command of the Lord when you sit down. Praise the Lord. I want to ask us this morning, when we sit at the table, what is the topic that goes on in our homes? When we sit at the table after we have come from work, after we have done all that we are supposed to do, and it is family time, and we are seated at the table, what do we talk about? It was of the Lord that the children of Israel, as they sat at the table, they talk about the commands of the Lord. It was an instruction from God that when you sit down, it's not just discussing about politics. It's not about just my workplace. It's not about my achievements. It's first of all about the command of the Lord. He expected that.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Oh, yes.
Why is it important that you talk about these things? Because when you talk about these things, you get the information. You're passing that information. This is one of the ways that you are passing this information that God has given you to your children, to your family. You enlighten one another with the word of God as you talk about it. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
When you're talking, it's not just one person. There is communication that is taking place in that setup. It also says, when you walkest by the way, not just when you're sitting, even when you're walking. When you're walking on the way, when you're taking your son for a walk, when you're walking with your wife in the park, when you're doing these things, the Lord is expecting that you talk about the command of the Lord. Why? Because as something is repeated, as something is repeated, it sinks into the spirit. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
You know, whatever you hear, you become. And so God has an intention that even as you are walking in the park, talk about God.
Oh, yeah.
When you're walking, look at His wonderful creation. Look at those things. Can you align yourself in such a manner that you see God? And you get a topic to talk about God even as you walk around. You talk about His goodness. You talk about how great He is. Because you are setting you're creating an atmosphere of receiving that which is of God. You are creating an atmosphere for people to be connected with God. And more so about your family, because family is very, very key. I read something that somebody posted from the WhatsApp, and maybe some of you may have seen it already, of this young man who went to school and he studied and he got the degrees and he got the PhDs and he got literally whatever his dad wanted him to get. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with a condition which was incurable. And at the hospital bed, he came with all his certificates. The doctor gave a verdict that there's nothing we can do about this. He came with all his degrees. He came with all the qualifications he had had. And he looked at his father straight into his eyes. And he told him, you gave me all the education, but you never prepared me for heaven. You never prepared me for heaven. His education is going to be left behind, but he was not ready to go to heaven. So the challenge we have this morning is, yes, education is good. We want our kids to excel. We want ourselves to excel. But do we have our mindset that heaven could be the next moment? We could be living our last minute. And so what value have we put on the word of God, which is able to build us up, which is able to carry us through on the other side when we leave our degrees behind? So the scripture is reminding us this morning that as we walk, we talk about the commands of God to our children. Praise the Lord. It says, you shall talk about them when you lay down. Look at that. When you are laying down, when you are about to go to sleep, talk about it. When you wake up in the morning, talk about it. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
What do we talk about in our homes? It's a good day for the fathers. Fathers are the priests in the house. Fathers are the pastors in the houses. The challenge I have for you today, have you set that atmosphere, which was God's priority as a father? Because the fathers passes message from one generation to another. And you know, when you pass that message to your kids, they'll pass it over to the other generation that comes after you. And that is why, no matter how long it was going to take, God knew that when they have gone to the promised land, but this one has continually been passed from generation to generation, they will not forget the Lord. But when you start talking about other things, what happens is information that is not passed over. There is information that is lost in the process. You know, I remember as we grew up, we had those wall hangings that had the 10 Commandments written and would hang them in the houses. Who has ever seen that? Back at home. You see them? Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, how many of you have one in your home today? Glory to God. You have one with the 10 Commandments. 2 families in the church. Let me ask you, you have 4 hangings in your homes. You know, I had to do a count. I'm being very honest. I had to go around my house and see what is it that hangs on the walls of my houses. We have photos. For me, I have an award which is somewhere hanging. And when we have scriptures hanging, it's really what is so appealing to us. In my bathroom, when you go there, you can read, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want." That's not about scripture, it is in the Bible. But there is a foundation. There is the core of our faith. God gave the 10 Commandments. Why are they so important? You shall have no other God besides me. You can be saying, "The Lord is my shepherd," but you have another God that you have put there. But when my kids see that you shall not have any graven image, and it is something they are continuously seeing, this is what is going to be planted in their spirit. I'm sure if we say you start and give us all the 10 Commandments, you are a born-again Christian, you may not be able to recite them right here. Am I right? Mm-hmm. This is a challenge to our faith. This is something that we should think about. I don't know why God gave me this word for us today. Because we need to get back to the core foundation of our faith. That is why we can have 2 gods and we're still very comfortable coming to the church. But we have forgotten that God had said, "Thou shalt not have any other God besides me." We can make money to be our God and we are comfortable. We can make education to be our God and we are comfortable. We can make fame to be our our God, and we are comfortable. So God is an alternative in our Christian walk. And why do you expect your kids not to have an alternative if you have made God an alternative in your life? May the Lord help us. May God have mercy upon us. We are entering in a new season, as our pastor has been announcing. We have a conference coming called the new season. Can I tell you something? You got to get rid of the old for the new to come. The Bible says you can never put the new wine in the old wineskin. Why? It's gonna burst. You're gonna lose the wine, the wineskin, and you're gonna lose the wine. So as we prepare ourselves, let's go back to the core foundation of our faith as believers, and let us see, where did we lose it? Where did we stop reciting the 10 Commandments? Where did we stop teaching the people, our children, that God is the only God? When did we stop? Instead of discussing God, we discuss politics. And I'm not saying it is wrong. It is part of what happened. But what percentage of the time that we sit down just say take in our homes? Praise the Lord. It says, verse 8, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy heart, and they shall be as a frontlet between thine eyes. You have the word of God. You have the writings. They are all over you. They are surrounding you. You can read them wherever you can see them in your home. And actually it continues to say, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and of thy gates. At the doors there should be the law of the Lord written. At the gates there should be the law of the Lord written. For people to get familiarized with the law of God, with the commands of God. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Because when you continuously see these things, the commands of the Lord, you're reading them, you're seeing them, you retain more. Edgar Dale teaches us, or tells us, that we retain 10% of what we read. Whatever you read, even this one, out of your reading, 10%. That's what you retain. You retain 20% through hearing. So I'm sure by the time I'm done with this message, you'll be having 20% of what I've been saying. I pray the Holy Ghost will give you what is so key to you. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
You retain 30% of what you see. I hope somebody is getting something. You read 10%. You hear 20%. You see 30%. It's increasing. And what did the Word of God say? You shall diligently teach these commands to your children. When you're teaching them, what are you doing? You're talking. What percentage are they getting? Huh? 20. Because you're talking, so they're hearing. So they're getting 20%. When you write it there, what are they doing? They're seeing. So when they see, they get 30%. But don't forget, they had it first, and now they're seeing. Are we increasing what they are getting? Because now there is a percentage of hearing, and there's a percentage of seeing. So seeing and hearing brings them to 50%. Hello? Before Edgar got this, God had it. Praise God.
Amen.
And then it says 70% when we discuss. He said, you should talk it. You should talk about it when you sit down. What are we doing? We're discussing. So what is the retention capacity? 70%. Are we getting somewhere? And then it says 80% what we experience. You walk with God. You have hidden His word in your heart that you may not sin against Him. You encounter a situation. You pull that word from your heart, and you conquer that thing with the word that you have hidden. So what have you gained? Experience. You have experienced the Lord. And so you are at 80%. Fathers. Hello, fathers. Hello. God does not just want to leave you there. He's telling you, teach them diligently. So when you're teaching, what does that mean? You have command. You have gained the knowledge. And you as a father, guess how much you're retaining when you're teaching? Somebody knows? Speak it up. I have somebody say something.
80.
90%?
80.
80%? 90, 80? Any last person? 100%. And if God only gets the 100%. So actually, when we teach, you are retaining 95%. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
You get 95% of that. So you have walked a journey, you have read 10%, you have heard 20%, you have seen 30%, hearing and seeing 50%, you have experienced it 70%, let me see that, no, discussing is 70%, and when you experience it personally, you are at 80%, and now when you're teaching, you are at 95%. Others, mothers, brothers and sisters, take a stock. I want you to close your eyes right now. Each one of you, close your eyes. Take a stock. Take a stock. Ask yourself, what percentage did you have pertaining you teaching your children the commands of the Lord? Open your eyes. You can open your eyes. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
The Lord wants you to become a teacher to your children. The Lord wants you to pass that word from generation to generation. The undiluted word of God that has got power to sustain. And that takes us to Proverbs 22 verse 16. That says, train up a child in the way that he should. In the way he should? In the way he should? And what happens? When he grows up, he shall not depart from it. Can you see the process? It is starting early. You're teaching them early. You're causing them to hide that word in their hearts. So that even when they grow up, they cannot depart from it. And God knew this very well. That's why he was saying that when you teach them, even when they get to the promised land, and they live in homes they had not built, they eat from vineyards that they had never planted, they would never forget the Lord. Because you have laid that foundation. And that is the biggest challenge that we have in the current world. Because we are allowing other things to take the place of God. We are allowing other things to take the command of the Lord. And because of that, we have gotten a weaker and a weaker church. Because it's a church that has lost the core values of our faith. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
And that is why Paul was writing to the Ephesians, and he was telling them about even the ministerial gifts. He was saying that some were called to be pastors, apostles, prophets, teachers, evangelists. What did I use? Prophets. Yeah? Did I say all of them? 5? So that they can equip the body of Christ, so that we are not tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine that comes. So there is need to have that foundation, so that each one of us can be able to pass the true message to our kids, and they can pass it over. I don't know how many of us feel so secure that, today if I'm gone, my son Emmanuel, I am sure he is established. He's not going to get lost. Can you confidently say that? Because you got to do your work as a parent. You have to train them. And even when you train them, it happens that sometimes they will get out of the way of the Lord. But you know what? When they grow up, when they are all by themselves, let me tell you, that one which you taught them, it's going to get them. Our sister Mary is a testimony. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
It doesn't matter how far they will go, because sometimes as parents, it happens. And even when you're in the ministry, sometimes you find the devil attacks your children because he wants to bring you down. He wants to stop you from doing what God has called you to do. And sometimes you beat yourself so hard. But let me tell you, don't give up. If you did your work and you're praying, the Lord will make sure that He gets hold of them. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Even if they try to die, they won't. Because you have prayed. You have done your part. Even if the devil tries to take them away, you have prayed. You have planted that seed. Let me tell you, you can start by the word of God. Because our God is a faithful God. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
I am hoping that as we go through this, you're looking at your life and you're looking what you need to do. What changes do you need to bring in your family? What changes do you need to bring in the family time? What changes do you need to bring in your home about the wall hangings? Praise the Lord.
Amen.
It's our special day for our fathers, and we give God the glory. Fathers, Bwana asifiwe.
Hallelujah.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe.
Amen.
Are we present?
Yeah, very.
Very present. And then your wonderful Father. Ephesians chapter number 6. Verse number 4 says, and ye fathers, so let's start from verse number 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the natural and admonition of the Lord. Praise the Lord. When we talk about admonition, it is gentle and friendly reproof. What you're doing is you're giving a warning to your children. You're trying to correct them. You're trying to show them, son, there is danger here. Daughter, there is danger here. With gentleness. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
With gentleness. You know why? Because it becomes so hard, you receive the same. They become very hard to you. So the word of God is telling us as fathers to admonish our children. Training. And this is in the New Testament. It's also talking about training them, nurturing them in the way of God. Training, you have to have qualified to be a trainer. Training is not given to people who have not gone to school and they have gotten the knowledge in whichever capacity. For you to be a trainer whereby you are getting 95%, you have to have studied it. We read that in the Old Testament. Now we are in the New Testament. Paul is saying, we train our children in the way of the Lord. Amen?
Amen.
Is training easy? No, it's not. Ask mothers when they're doing pot training to their kids. It's not easy. It seems like it's such an easy thing, but you got to be persistent. You got to remind this child that it is time to go use potty. But eventually, they get it. That is what God is expecting of us. That we got to train our kids, our children, in the ways of the Lord. And don't give up. You got to have a goal, that your goal is for them to know the Lord. The goal is for them to know the way of the Lord. If you have a goal, don't give up until you accomplish your goal. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Praise Jesus.
Amen.
It means you spend quality time with them. How much time do you have with your kids? How much time do you have to sit down and talk about God? Think about it. We are shaping them for eternity. And if I don't have time for that, I am failing as a parent. I am failing God big time. Today was a day that God wanted us to take a stock of how we live in our homes, attaining our children whom He has entrusted into our hearts. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
So it is my prayer, as God has challenged me, I pray that you have equally been challenged, and you will pick up the challenge and do what you need to do. It's going to be so hard if you have not known this God. You cannot talk about one whom you have not known personally. You got to have a relationship with Him so that you can be able to pass that to your generation, to your children. My question is, do you know the Lord? Do you hear Him? When you read His word, do you understand it? If not, you need to take the first step as a father, as a mother, as a responsible person. You need to take the first step. You will not tell people that they talk about that God being able to do 1, 2, 3. I'll need to verify that kind of information. Nancy, if I told you, I heard that their God is able to do mighty things. I think you need to trust their God. Are you going to take that? When if I come and tell you, I have had an encounter with God. I know He is able. I was in this situation, He got me out. Are you going to take that? Because I'm talking from first-hand information. I have had an encounter with God. I have known His love. I know He is able. So, I want to challenge you. Are you telling your kids about the God you have experienced or the God Pastor Maggie preaches about? Are you talking about the commands of the Lord as you have known them, as you put them in your heart? Or are you talking as the children of Israel who had taught and it worked? This is the challenge I have for you this morning. Get an encounter